Alright guys, so we're down on the orchard now, and so there's this half row, this first one here of rocket. So I'm just going to get one out, I'll show you what it's like, and then get the rest up. Okay? So they've been in for 12 weeks I think, so they definitely need to come out. There's a raspberry there. Some nice good sized spuds. Not over many like, but you can't grumble with those. I think that's it. So what I'm going to do is say get them out and just pull the weed out obviously, and then hopefully this afternoon I can get those leeks in. But some people say, oh, too big, but to be honest, I personally find rocket don't lose the flavour. When they get bigger I still find they taste just as good, so I'll come back to you in a bit. Right guys, that's the rocket then, that's the result. I'm happy with that. I couldn't give you the weight or anything, but I don't know, they must be getting on for a bucket full maybe, or 3/4 of a bucket full. I just lifted one of the Nicola to have a look, and as you can see there's a lot more of them in terms of quantity, but they're nowhere near ready yet really. So they need about another 4 weeks. I'm just not sure whether there's a bit of blight going on. There's quite a few of the bottom leaves. It looks a bit like blight. I mean, it's certainly warm and humid, which is ideal for blight conditions, so I think I need to keep my eye on these. And you know, if they start going quickly, I'll need to cut the tops off and probably get them out, which is a real shame, because as I say, if you just leave them for another 4 weeks, they'll bulk up really nice. So the asparagus is looking well, as is this squash. Cheeky curry, I just need to pin it down and train it along here. And you can see this elephant garlic is just about ready to come out, and then as soon as that's out I'm going to plant some sugar snap pea in there. It's one of those, isn't it? I've been spending a lot of time with my mates, and now I'm having to play catch up, and everything's kind of happening at once. See here, these Logan berries, I picked the first punnet yesterday, so I'm going to pick another one now and then get some deer and then come back and get those leeks in. Catch you in a bit. Alright guys, that's what I've just picked now. There's probably going to be about that every day, weather permitting of course. And just before I finish, I forgot to show you, this is what I've done with those Griselle shallots. So I just put some blocks down, and it's an old fire safety guard, and I just kind of sat on top of there and just put this bit of polycarb on, just keep the worst of the rain off really. Hopefully just leave them there now until they dry out. Righto, catch you later. Back again guys, just going to go and plant some leeks. I'll spin you around slowly. And so I've done videos on this before. I'll put a link or a card at the end or something, but basically what I do with my leeks, I soak them first in a bucket of water and just keep sloshing them around till the compost starts to disintegrate, and that way there's less damage to the roots and everything, and you can tease them apart. And then I've got the string line out there, so I've consolidated the ground by basically walking on it a few times just to compact it a bit, and then I use a crowbar just to make the hole, probably about 6 inches apart. I'll just trim the roots off slightly and top and tail, and then just drop them in. Now we're forecast very heavy rain tomorrow, so that's actually quite a good thing. It means they're going to get a real good soaking in. So this next bit is just really for the benefit of people who may not have any experience of growing leeks. So you can see I've made some holes with the crowbar there, and you don't have to do this, I just find it easier. Top and tail. You see there's quite a lot of root mass there, so if you just take a pair of scissors and snip that off, it'll makes it easy to get in the hole. And then if you just snip some of the tips off like so, it just helps to stabilise, it doesn't get as much wind rock. And then you just drop it in the hole, and then you have a can of water ready, watering can, and just puddle that in, fill it up, try to wash a bit of soil down so it goes over the roots right to the top, and that's it really. And just work your way along the row. I hope you can see those guys. That's a nice row right along now. As I say, it's going to rain heavy tomorrow, so that the timing's perfect. In fact, I'll come down just before it rains and put 2-3 handfuls of Gromor NPK 777 just to give them a boost. And I've got a few left. This is what I tend to do, is keep the smaller ones back. And see that again. So there's about a dozen. So all I'll do is just make a little hole in the soil, push them in, water them in, and they'll be quite happy until I'm ready to plant the next lot. They can grow on a bit. So the next thing I need to turn my attention to is this elephant garlic. So lift some out and see. There'll only be one proper. These were just planted for rounds, and I'm going to plant those again. They've made nice rounds. Yeah, so that's a nice harvest of rounds there. Some of varying sizes, but all nice. So I'm just going to put that somewhere to dry. This is the only full size one. It's not the biggest I've grown certainly, but it's not bad. So as I say, I'll just put that somewhere to dry, and then I'm going to take a bit of advice from Steve at Seaside Allotment. He planted his garlic alongside his asparagus, and I think shallots on the other side, something like that. So yeah, I'm going to first week of November these will be going back out alongside the asparagus bed. Good tip that, Steve, thanks for that. And then, as I say, this bare ground now, I'm going to plant that with sugar snap peas. Right, that's my pea frame set up, so it'll only take a minute or two just to scoop out a little trench just down by the wire there and sow the peas. Next it's comfrey cutting time. Again, this will be the second cut. It's all in that dumpy bag going home on the compost heap.